am here filming a sit-down video. I haven't filmed like a sit-down video in a while, so this is kind of weird. And I'm in my room and like I'm trying to figure out where to set the camera up and stuff, well, my phone, and just trying to figure out the lighting and stuff. So hopefully it looks okay. I'm using natural lighting at my lamp, so I hope it looks alright. So yeah, by the way, I'm Imani. I'm a sophomore finance major at Morgan State University. So yeah, I got requested to do a pros and cons of Morgan, so I decided to film it today. So yeah, let's get started. I guess I'll start with the cons. So I have my little paper. It's like crumbled up because it was in my backpack, but yeah, I just wrote down like little notes or whatever for this video. So for my first con is the dorms. Compared to other schools, the dorms are kind of old, from what I've seen. I live in the honors dorm, and it's I mean, it's like livable, but I feel like it could be more modern. Like I wish we had carpet floors instead of wood, or I just wish it felt more homey. As you can see, we have like these cinder block walls, and I don't like that. It makes it feel like a jail cell. So I just wish the dorms were a little bit more modern, I wish they had more like apartment style options. So in Morgan we have Harper, Tubman, which is the honors dorm. We have Blount, which is a all-female dorm. And we have like 3 or 4 boy dorms. And then we have Thurgood, which is like an apartment, like a suite style dorm. I mean, not dorm, it's like a suite style apartment or whatever. Then we have Marble, which are apartments. They're technically on campus, but they're kind of far. But there's a shuttle that goes over there. And then we have Morgan View, which are apartments. But because I'm on scholarship, I can only live at Harper, Thurgood, Marble, like any of the dorms, but none of like the apartments. So it's kind of I wish that there were more like apartment style options as opposed to dorm options. My next con is the food. Granted, I'm a picky eater, so that might be a part of it, but I feel like the food could be better. Just to have more options. Like I wish, like in the canteen we have Chick-fil-A and we have Subway on campus, but I wish our meal plan covered them. Or I wish there was more options in the canteen, like just like a variety. So yeah, that's about it. I do like what they have in the canteen. I just wish it was more of a variety. And in the refag, which is our dining hall, they just renovated it, so it's really nice looking, but the food is okay. That's about it. I just wish it was like a little better, or that I just wish our meal plans were covered by Chick-fil-A. I mean, I wish Chick-fil-A and Subway were covered by our meal plans. That's more so the issue. Another con would be that Morgan's an open campus, but you could take this as a pro. I mean, if you have friends that don't go to Morgan or something, it's easy for them to go visit you. But at the same time, I feel like having an open campus is a little more, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I feel like if you had a closed campus, it just feels like more secure. But I feel like having an open campus, it does give you like easy access on and off campus of Morgan. So yeah. And then my last con is like the financial aid offices and stuff like that that are in Montebello, which is like the administrative offices. So the bursar, the registrar, the financial aid offices, study abroad offices in there. So like stuff like that, I feel like, it's particularly like financial aid, registrar, like I feel like they could be more what's the word, like you know how it is in financial aid offices if you go to HBCU. I never had to deal with the problem personally, but I know how it can be. Like, they can just be hard to reach and hard to contact and hard to like figure out the issues or whatever. Like I know I've had to call the registrar before to get a grade fixed, and it took a really long time. Like, it took a long time to get the grade fixed. It was a lot of like back and forth emails, calls, which is what gets kind of frustrating when you're trying to get something done. So maybe if they just had like an updated system, I don't know what the issue is over there, but if they were just more like, if they communicated better with the students. Like, I know last week you had drop classes, so if you didn't have your financial aid right, they just dropped your classes, which I feel like that's not right. Like I feel like there should be more communication about it, not just look on the website and it'd be like, my classes are dropped. So yeah, so those are all my cons. And then for pros, the first pro is that Morgan's very affordable compared to a lot of schools. Like Morgan is inexpensive compared to a lot of schools. One, because it's public, and if you go to school in state, it's pretty cheap. So I wrote down like the estimates or whatever when I looked it up. So it's like, this is just for tuition and fees, not room and board. Room and board's like $10,000, but for tuition and fees for in-state, it's only $8,000. And at most schools, it's like way more. Like, I know when I was applying for schools, some schools were like $40,000, $50,000, $8 a year. At Morgan, you can easily get an education for $20,000 a year, which is good, which is really good, really inexpensive. So yeah. And then another thing is that it has good programs. Like, we have a really good engineering program, like engineering school, and we have a good business school. I'm in the business school, and excuse me, I think it's really good. Like I think that there are a lot of opportunities within the engineering schools and the business schools. I know that they like have a lot of clubs and organizations within the schools, so that you can get to know more about your major and more about the career field that you want to do. Those are like the top schools that Morgan has, the business school and the engineering school. I don't really know much about the other schools. So yeah, I do know the communication school is pretty new, so if you were like a communications major, yeah, just to let you know, I know that school's pretty new compared to the other schools that we have on campus. Another pro about Morgan is like the school spirit, and this kind of goes along with it being HBCU. Like, there's a lot of school spirit and school pride, which I like. So yeah, it makes it a lot more fun to go here because people are like have a lot of school pride and stuff, especially during like homecoming or just like sports games or whatever. So I feel like that's really cool. We have a really, really fun homecoming because it's HBCU. Like, you know, homecoming be lit. Homecoming this year was really fun. Freshman year, I liked it better because I liked the concert and stuff better. I didn't go to the concert this year because I didn't feel like it was worth the money, but I had fun on homecoming anyways. Like, the Greeks and stuff, they have little like parties in these like suites, and they're on campus, and they're just in like the academic building. They're just called like suites, and they have parties in the academic buildings, and they're really fun. Like, it was really fun. People were here on campus until like late, so I had a lot of fun doing that with my friends. And I went to the homecoming football game too, and that was cool. I'm not really into sports, but it was cool. Another pro is that Morgan is in a good location as far as like the proximity to things. Like, you're really close to a lot of stuff. Like you can easily get to the mall, you easily get to a shopping center. Like you're close enough to get what you need, and it's not gonna cost that much if you have to catch an Uber or something. There's also a shuttle, which I'll get to later, that like takes you, that could take you to the mall, that could take you to the shopping center to get like groceries, or if you go to Walmart or Target. There's a Walmart, a Target, a Staples, the mall, IHOP. Like there's a lot of stuff there within like 10-15 minutes of here, which I feel like is really good. I wouldn't want to go to school that's in the middle of nowhere that like you can't get to like a mall or the movie theater. The movie theater is where the mall is, so that's really convenient. So I think everything's like really close, which I like, because I don't drive, so having to, if I had to catch like Ubers and stuff to the mall or anything, like that's really, it's not that expensive, so I like that aspect of it. So I guess I'll talk about the shuttles since I mentioned it. There's a Baltimore College Town shuttle where it stops at different colleges, but it takes you to the mall. It takes you to Target / Walmart. The way that shopping center is set up, it's like a Target on one side and a Walmart on the other side. There's like a lot of stuff in the shopping center: Panera Bread, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, like Staples over there, Chipotle, restaurants over there. So that's all like really good. I feel like having that convenience of having a shuttle that takes you to that place is really convenient, especially as a college student. Not a lot of people have cars on campus, so yeah. Speaking of the shuttle, we also have a shuttle on campus, which is really convenient. Granted, Morgan's not like a huge campus or anything, but the shuttle is convenient for when it's cold, when it's raining, stuff like that, when you don't feel like walking to class. The shuttle is really convenient. It goes to the business, there's one that goes to the business school and to Montebello. That's like one route, and there's one that goes to Marble, which is the off-campus, the on-campus apartments. There's one that goes to the other apartments that we have, and there's one, oh never mind that, okay, yeah. So those are the 3 shuttles I think we have. We might have more, I don't know. I only ride the one that goes to the business building really. So yeah, I have rode the one that goes to Marble before. The shuttles are pretty timely. I don't ever feel like I'm waiting there too long. They run pretty consistently, unless it's like, sometimes they switch drivers, but it still runs pretty consistently to me, and I've never had a problem like with the shuttle or anything like that. There's an app that tells you when it's coming and stuff, so that's really convenient as well. And then my last pro is the new facilities that we have on campus. Like I feel like compared to a lot of schools who have like old buildings, we have a lot of like new buildings, as far as like the business building is new, the library is pretty new, the student center is pretty new. The new building next to the business building they just built this year. The refac just got renovated. Like the buildings look pretty nice. Like I feel like we have a really nice looking campus because of the improvements that they're making on campus. They're also in the process of building a new Montebello, which is probably open within probably like the next, I don't know, 5 years. So they're building a new Montebello that's gonna look modern. All the new buildings have like glass and stuff, like glass windows and stuff. They're really, really nice. So yeah, I like that about the campus. It makes the campus look really nice. Especially if people are coming to like tours and stuff, the campus looks really good. So yeah, and I know a lot of schools have like older looking buildings, but we still have some older looking buildings, but that we also have a lot of new buildings as well. So those are my pros and cons of Morgan. If you have any other requests, you can leave it down below, and I will see you guys next time.